Hey guys, what's up? I am so impressed with this makeup look that I came up with. Everything is just so like seamlessly, perfectly blended into the skin. You cannot tell where the skin begins and the dew ends. Do you know what I mean? Everything just looks so wet. And I feel like this is perfect for Valentine's Day. So if you guys are planning a date night with your man, with your woman, and you want to wear something that's gonna make you feel feminine and gorgeous, just keep on watching because I'm gonna show you exactly how I got this look. And by the way, guys, I used vintage products for this. I love shopping my stash and picking out the products that are literally 10 plus years old. And a lot of these are still incredible and amazing. Start with your base. For this, I'm using the Dia Instant Angel Lipid Rich Cream. If you look at the texture, you can see it's very lightweight. It's almost like a hybrid between a very lightweight gel and a traditional cream moisturizer. So it's not runny, it's not going to drip down the skin. It definitely has some substance to it, but it's also not going to leave your face looking greasy. My hand on top has the cream and on bottom there's no cream. And you can see just how smoothing and hydrating this would be under makeup. So I put this everywhere to create a barrier between my skin and the makeup we're about to put on. You should especially put this around the areas that foundation tends to crease in. Let's move on to brows. I like to clean up my brows first with a straight razor. Next, after this, I will go in with a Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. I have used this to a pulp and it has lasted me so many years at this point. I love the applicator. It's teeny tiny and the pigment that this has is so opaque. It also has these really fine, tiny little fibers that give your brow a fuller look. It's almost as if you have more hairs than you actually do. Then I go in with the Glossier Brow Flick. I use this to fake a tail for my straight shaped brow. I know this is a newer product and most of the vintage stuff does come towards the middle of this video, so just hang tight for that. This is another one of those products that it will not budge. Just make sure that you put this on before your creams, which I guess I actually did this in the wrong order, so I will definitely need to do a touch up on my brow later on. Next, I'm going to prime my face with the e.l.f. Niacinamide Power Grip Primer. I like to focus this product specifically in my T-zone. And then I will go in with my Makeup by Mario concealer just underneath the eyes. I have slight hollowness. That's just how my orbital bones are. It's been that way since I was a child, and I do actually like it a lot, but I think for this particular look, we're going for a slightly more glammed up moment, so I think concealer makes sense in this moment. Next is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. Truly do not like this packaging at all. I find it really inconvenient. I know that I can count on this for a very undetectable, very flawless semi-matte under eye. It's basically what Spanx is to a tummy. It just sucks everything right into place. After this, we're going to go in with another Huda Beauty product. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. I'm taking a teeny tiny little bit and erasing the redness on the tip of my nose. I'm using this on my chin and my keratosis pilaris. And if you ever get a chance not to do a full face of foundation, take it and just spot correct. You're going to be able to appreciate your skin so much more throughout the day and just think of your own skin in a much better light. It's kind of like a psychological thing. Next, I'm going to use this concealer on my eyelids. I blend it in with the warmth of my finger, and then this is where the look starts to take a turn. I think I was just really enamored and encouraged by using this old-time gem. Do you guys remember this? This is called Amber Rush. This was an eyeshadow shade from the L'Oreal Infallible line that was very popular. And this particular one was actually purchased in 2011. And can you guys believe that I still have this, number one? And secondly, look how creamy it still is. It is smooth like butter. It's still gorgeous. It's still metallic. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this Wonder Skin Brightening Pen. Look how gorgeous. It just blew out the inner corners of my eyes so nicely. But then I was looking at it and I was like, is this kind of giving 2016? I think that's what I'm saying. It is. Dang. And then I wiped it off. I'm like reading my own lips and playing this back. So I was like, okay, let me wipe this eye look off and start again. And what was to come next was literally stunning gorgeous. What I did was I took the NYX Genius palette. This was another one of those things from like, I think this one was 2016. And look at these swatches, okay? They're a little bit metallic. Yes, they're a little bit chalky, maybe slightly powdery. But on the eyes, I chose the peachy color. I think it was this one. I was trying to look at my skin and the color of the powders to see what would just like seamlessly transition from my eyelid to my cheekbone and also blend in with the tone of my skin, and I found that perfect shade. So if you find a highlighter that is just like gorgeously matching your skin, that is perfect. Then I went in with a little bit of sparkle. This is the Moon Dust Urban Decay powder. Everyone knows this for its twinkly gorgeousness. And then I also use this MAC highlighting. I don't remember what it's called, but I will link it down below. It is very, very sparkly. I would never use this as a highlighter, but I did use it as an eyeshadow topper just to add a little bit of dimension. I blurred this into the outer edges of the eye. And then I went in with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the original bottle, the first bottle that I ever got. I went under the brow bone and in the inner corners of my eyes. Then I took this Morphe Mixed Signals Glitter Topper. I put this sparsely on the eye just to add a little bit of an extra wet shine. This has this gorgeous blue duochrome reflectance to it. It is like so blue and so brightening that it almost looks neon, if you guys can see as I'm turning my head. Look at my hair right now. Then I went in with the Tony Moly Luminous Goddess Aura Beam. This is almost like a face gloss. It's completely clear, but it gives your skin such a wet, dewy look and surprisingly lasts for hours and hours and hours. This is also a very old product. I think I've had this for maybe 10 years. And look how glossy, wet, rich, and dewy this makes the skin look. I do find that hair sometimes gets attached to it, so just be cognizant of that. But as I turn my head, the light just catches so gorgeously with that powder underneath. Then I go back in with that Wonder Skin pen on the inner corners because I really like the way that it looked the first time. You know, it's all a process. This gives a beautiful glow to the inner corners of the eye. And then I had this idea that I wanted to put this down the sides of my nose, because when you look at this product head on, you don't see it, but when you turn your head to the side, you are hit with a gorgeous glow. See how when I turn my head to the side, you can only see it in certain lights? I love a multi-use product like this. I'm adding this to the edges of my nose to make it look like a little button nose, which looks really, really cute. Then I go in with my blush base. This is the Judy Doll blush in a very mauvey baby pink. It is, I mean, look at the packaging. It's freaking gorgeous. But yeah, I'll go in with my little tiny blush brush to get the most control and diffuse this all over the cheek. Because I am Latina, because I do have a little bit of a darker base, this doesn't show up quite enough. So I do have to go in with an extra color. This is the Dior blush. Again, I will link this shade down below, but it is this beautiful cherry fuchsia. It is so bright and beautiful, but when diffused, it is perfect at the center of the cheek, and then blended into the mauve. It's literally perfect. Like, it just gives you the most gorgeous summer cheek. I love how this blush turned out. Then I'm taking that NYX vintage highlighter that we put all over the eyes, and I'm dragging it down onto the cheek to give the illusion that the highlight just never stops and it blends into all the high points of my cheek. I want everything to look cohesive and uniform, no harsh lines. Everything looks wet, juicy, dewy, ethereal, glossy, romantic. And the key is to bring that same highlighter color that you used on your eyelids down onto your cheekbones and anywhere else that you want to highlight on your face. I also take the Tony Moly Goddess Aura Beam from the eyelid and continue it forward down onto the cheekbone so that there's continuation. And I do that with a very precise brush. I also blend out harsh edges with my finger. Next, I'm going to bronze with the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Liquid Bronzer. I haven't really touched any other bronzer in a very long time. This is my go-to. This is pretty much the only one that I use. I warm up the forehead and underneath the cheekbones, down the jaw, and I use a really, really big brush for a diffused, fluffy, bronzy look. Now look at this blush, okay? This is one of the first mineralized blushes that e.l.f. came out with, and because they're baked and because it's a powder formula, this stuff does not go bad. Look how gorgeous it still is. It is like this beautiful bronzy rose color. It's got a peach undertone. It still has that reflective baked shine to it. And I think this is what took the look from good to incredible. It just gave an angel-like ethereal glow. Then I'm going in with the Wonderskin eyeshadow stick in this taupey color. It's almost like it has a very cool undertone. I use this to carve out my nose. I use this underneath my cheekbones. And who knew that an eyeshadow could do all of this? And you'll see what I'm going to do at the end here, because I think this is what gave me like that perfect Nina Park lip. I am spraying my whole face with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy set. I like a good dewy glossy finish for a look like this. I'm curling my lashes. I'm resetting underneath my eyes because I don't like shininess underneath my eyes. I'm using the e.l.f. 𝒸𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈 mascara. If you guys like very curly mascaras, but you don't like waterproof mascaras, this is perfect. And then honestly, guys, I think this is what took the look to the next level. I'm taking that Wonderskin eyeshadow stick all around my lip, kind of like the Rhode lip contours, but this is gonna last a lot longer. I feel like those don't really last, and this is what gives me that perfect Nina Park blurred out, blended out lip. Look how beautiful. This is the first time I was using this product in this way, and I was actually pretty impressed. Then I'm gonna go in with a very, very vintage product, but look at this component. Look at the way that it twirls. Oh, so satisfying, and it's really heavy in the hand also. But the way that this swatches, it's that perfect neutral beige. It's not too warm. I also wanted to show you this in lower lighting so you can just get a feel for how shiny this is. I'm putting this all over the center of the lip. Perfection. But there was something that was lacking. I almost felt like I needed a little bit more of a frost because we have such a frosty eye. So while this looks good, I wanted to add an extra layer, so I decided to go in with MAC gel. This particular tube is 10 years old, but when I just looked to see if they still sell it, they actually do still sell it. It is that perfect Y2K frosty lip color. Layering this on top of the lips does make a slight difference, but I feel like the slight differences, the tiny little nuances, are what elevates a look. Then I take the Dior blush, put it just in the center to give a little bit of a popsicle lip and a little bit of color because it was feeling a little bit muted. And that is the lip combo. I cannot believe that I figured this lip combo out on the fly. I think it turned out really, really nice. Popping a little bit of eyeshadow just along the lash line, a tiny bit more of that Charlotte Tilbury Halo Glow on the high points to make this look slightly more impactful, blending it in with my finger, and that's the look. I really like how this turned out. I hope you guys loved it as well. Happy Valentine's Day. Have the best day with your partner, and if you're single, keep doing your thing. All right, guys, I love you. I will see you in the next one. My name is Michelle Bali. If you're interested in more makeup tutorials, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.